button. I mean the live button. And I'm up here getting a notification. I'm going to pick up from where I left off on the other line.
And right there behind in the suburb, right, the granddaddy of one of the suspects. So, you know, that seems more likely that that scenario happened to where they, you know, seen get money, Lilronnie, or somebody called them and informed them that he was there. Now, in a recent
I'm picking up from where I left off before I go into the motivation, because there was more on here that I didn't realize he was going to say because I didn't listen to it beforehand. But he goes a little bit deeper in. Auntie Fee, you're not going to waste no time. You. Hey, y'all. I had to give me a popsicle or something, you know. Auntie Fee, you just ended it. So, listen. I'm just finna go on in, because the other one was a little long. You know, we started out with, hi, Cynthia. Hello. Hey, Crystal. Hey, y'all. Come on. I ain't even sure I'll do none of that. Just hasty. Went to the ladies' room. Got me a watermelon popsicle. And we gonna finish this up. I did listen to a little of it.
You know, make your own determination on what they thought at that moment. You know, commencement of
they
that
playing
crime.
In our face, y'all.
Now, with people speculating that the shooters followed the baby mother, that means that they would have to follow her from Great Wolf Lodge.
Oh, no, Rick.
Indoor water park and Grapevine that you can also rent a room there. You know, so obviously this is where they was coming from. If
please come in hitting the like button.
They want to go that route, but I highly doubt that. You know, like I said, both of the shooters, you know, according to
Cynthia and Krista, can y'all hear it?
The vicinity, you know, no more than a mile and a half. And
can y'all hear? Rick, we don't troll over here. And we are mature. And so we don't play those little nasty games. You know, don't do that over here. Yeah. If you are a little heated, go handle that in your own restroom. But, you know, don't do that over here. And if you thought somebody was going to see it. No, sir. We don't allow perverts over here. So go play with yourself. Okay. So, hey, Clarinetta. Could y'all hear that? Yes, ma'am, we can hear. Okay. So, I'm trying to pick up from where I just shut the piano top down. And came on over here. And let's listen.
Right there behind in the suburb, right? The granddaddy of one of the suspects.
That is my
you know, that seems more likely that that scenario happened to where they, you know, seen get money, Lilronnie, or somebody called them and informed them.
Somebody called and informed.
Now, in a recent backlash that she's getting from online, the baby mother, Shaman, put up a video on Facebook, or social media, could have been IG, showing her, with the money, okay?
With who?
People are saying this is definitely the GoFundMe money. She must have withdrew the money out the account is what people are now, putting out there from their assumptions, okay? But she shows the money in the video that I played earlier. Now, after all the negative energy she got for posting that video, and she caught negative energy also for posting the GoFundMe, right? And this was before, the video of her,
Everything she do, they gonna
showing
find
the
something
money,
wrong with it.
at the balloon release. And, looking in good spirits as she should be. People grieve different, right? And she's handling hers how she handling hers, right? And you're not seeing her down and, out about the situation when she's on camera. The baby mother said she created, this GoFundMe for all the scams that was going around. People was trying to create, the fake cash apps to donate to her and all that. So she made the one GoFundMe that was official, for her and her two lost loved ones, okay, to benefit from in this time of grieving and bereavement. The baby mother, Shaman, also posted this about the GoFundMe on her Facebook. She said, I don't give a F about a GoFundMe from stranger to family. Y'all pressed about money. I've been having money in my way. I guess I have to say this. Like, give my babies back. I don't give a F about none of this ish. Money in the world will make me turn against my child or my BD. But on both of them, I slap all you in Memphis. And I mean anybody. I've been taking care of Yanni since she was 1 when her mom
His oldest daughter.
half-ish. And that's
his
why
12-year-old daughter
text yesterday saying Yanni wasn't coming to the funeral because you mad about some money. Like, I still do for this baby. Just the other day, I bought a $300 iPad 3 days ago. I'm sick of all this. Y'all pressed about my baby so bad. They can clearly tell.
So, and that's interesting that she said that, and she put a dollar amount on it because that's how they've been living. That's how they've been doing. They've been about material things. Again, a girl ain't doing nothing no different than what they always do. So now the other baby mama, I saw old boy out there. I'm gonna play that after this, since on this platform. But the other baby mama, they going at it. So I'm sure she looking for some money. Or maybe she was the one who set up the other GoFundMe. I don't know. But they going at it. The other baby mama. And that's why she said, I've been taking care of Yanni.
The baby mother, Shaman, also posted this about the GoFundMe on her Facebook. She said, I don't give a F about a GoFundMe from stranger to family. Y'all pressed about money. I've been having money in my way. I guess I have to say this. Like, give my babies back. I don't give a F about none of this ish. Money in the world will make me turn against my child or my BD. But on both of them, I slap all you in Memphis. And I mean anybody. I've been taking care of Yanni since she was 1 when her mommy didn't have ish. And that's why the HOE text yesterday saying Yanni wasn't coming to the funeral because you mad about some money. Like, I still do for this baby.
So why they not saying that's wrong?
I bought a $300 iPad.
Why that's not wrong?
I'm sick of all this. Y'all pressed about my baby so bad. They can clearly take my baby place and give her back. My God, you people are sick as F. I'm sick to my stomach. I'm about to take my page down. This is a joke to people. I'm hurting. And this is what Shaman, the baby mother, posted on Facebook after she got the backlash about, you know, posing with the money, doing the money phone at the balloon release at Slappy's Car Wash. Yeah, so all this is very, very sad, man. I mean, nobody wins in this situation,
Nobody
right?
wins.
You know, the official service details for the siblings, the baby mother, she posted this as well. Mr. Ronnie Bill Sibley Jr. and Little Miss Armani Ariel Sibley. And you may order flowers also off of treeoflifebloom.com. And the visitation for the funeral, okay, will start on Wednesday, March 19th. And then the celebration of life, the actual funeral service, will be on Thursday, March the 20th. All right? And yeah, man, rest in peace to Get Money Lilronnie, right? And his baby girl, Armani. And Shaman also posted this right here when she posted those funeral arrangements. She says, I just can't see y'all like this. I went to the funeral home to make arrangements and didn't have the courage to walk in and lay eyes on y'all. I just can't stomach this issue.
Wow.
I hate how the world is treating me. I know you always said it's the internet. They will have their opinion, but in real life, I'll turn this ish upside down. I'm not scared to go. We've been friends since 1999. Got together in 2013. I haven't left your side since. I was your family. I am your family. You didn't have a family, so we made a family. This ish is deeper than the internet. My heart left when you left. I'll never
It's
get
sad.
another you or my baby back. I'm still trying to push for Jamon, but I'm tired. Right? So this is what Shimon
So when I was saying earlier on the other page that she she really want to crash out. This girl really want to crash out, but she can't because of her son, her other kid. She really want to cut loose. That's why I'm saying she really angry on the inside, and she really wants to, act out. And yeah, and for people, you kind of get angry that people don't know that you hurting, and just say anything. And when she said these people think that like this a game, this ain't no game. She hurt. She hurt. Sad, man.
I just can't stomach this issue. I hate how the world is treated.
She hate how the world is treated.
It will start on Wednesday, March 19th. And then the celebration of life, the actual funeral service, will be on Thursday, March the 20th. All right? And yeah, man.
Greater commission, baby.
Get Money Lilronnie, right? And his baby girl, Armani. And Shaman also posted this right here when she posted those funeral arrangements. She says, I just can't see y'all like this. I went to the funeral home to make arrangements and didn't have the courage to walk in and lay eyes on y'all. I just can't stomach this issue. I hate how the world is treating me. I know you always said it's the internet. They will have their opinion, but in real life, I'll turn this ish upside down. I'm not scared to go. We've been friends since 19.
She not scared to go. She not scared. She ain't. In other words, she want to really, really turn up. She ain't afraid to leave here. On this side, to go be with them on that side, but she has Jamon. That's what she's saying, y'all. She ain't afraid to go. So when I keep saying this, to me she sound like, she talk like spiritually, as far as knowing the word and know how you come and how you go. you know, she's in line with that. But hers is coming from an angry place. But she says she ain't afraid to go.
1999. Got together in 2013. I haven't left your side since. I was your family. I am your family. You didn't have a family, so we made a family. This ish is deeper than the internet. My heart left when you left. I'll never get another you or my baby back. I'm still trying to push for Jamon, but I'm tired. Right? So this is what Shimon also posted, and what people are giving her a hard time about her having a good time on camera, right? Instead of seeing her down, she's clearly posting. She's going through it, very traumatically at the time, and nobody's paying attention. They only
Nobody
paying
paying
attention to
attention.
what they see and not what they read. Because a
What
lot
they
of people
hear.
don't want to read, right? A lot of people too lazy to read. A lot of people don't
That
know how to
the
read.
the
A lot of
truth
people
is in
don't
reading.
care to read.
No,
But this,
the truth is in reading it for what it is, instead of just going on their negative opinion, they negative view. Don't find a balance in how they think or do. I mean, it's just what that is. You can't find empathy. You they cannot find empathy in it. They just gonna see, oh, she doing this and she doing that. I mean, well, what about everybody else who act out inappropriately? Nobody wants to get to the root. And the girl has tried her best at the very beginning of clearing up lies. And people still want to run with the lies. And they are making a joke. They are trolling. And if she ain't used to trolling like that, or she's never been in a position where she hurt and the trolls are not being respectful or, having sympathy or empathy, she want to snap. So I get it.
clearly this woman's, feelings as to what's currently going on in her world versus what the internet is saying. And she just, broke that down in this post that she made. So y'all get in the comment section and y'all let me know what y'all think.
So let me get over here where they going at it. Here go another one. I ain't heard it. I just saw it a while ago when I was moving around, and I tried to park it to come back and check it out to see what they arguing about. We know it's about money. We already know it's about money. But let's hear this, and then we're gonna go into the motivation. I need some motivation.
So this gotta be a joke. So your broke ass can't afford to take care of your daughter, which your mom been doing her whole life. You make it go for me. Oh, so this is what you really mad about? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, it's just one of those days. Enjoy your Sunday. We'll be back in a couple hours with an update
Shout out
on
to
the inmates, and then after that, we're done with this. Unless something crazy happens,
shout out to
we're gonna be done with this story,
City
man.
Nash,
And
cause it's
wait
getting
for
ugly.
the arraignment, which I think is happening Tuesday. But come on, let's get on with it.
This gotta be a joke. So your broke ass can't afford to take care of your daughter, which your mom been doing her whole life. You make it go for me. Oh, so this is what
So this
you
the
really
other
mad
baby, that
about?
baby
Let's talk
mama.
about it. This ain't no MF joke. My friend lost her MF 5-year-old daughter. How the F money gonna pay for healing? Y'all steady coming for
This
her.
the other
Well,
baby
take
daughter,
that money,
baby.
or take the money and trade your daughter. This ain't about the MF money. You MF jealous because everybody talking about Chink. You been jealous, B. I'm on all that about Armani. You wrong as F. This ain't about no MF Yanni. The F she need to go fund me for. She got a mama, stepdaddy, fat ass granny, auntie, cousins. The F and whenever you on that, hit my line. Long live Chink, long live Chuck. This is insane. Hey, yo, you. Can you subscribe and
Wow.
turn on that bell too? Because when you do, you're helping unbiased independent news. Yeah, this gets crazier and crazier by the day. So the mother
Lil
of
Ronnie
the
good.
other child,
No.
Chucky or Ronnie, whichever.
Yeah, so uh give money to Lil Ronnie, oldest daughter, mama. Oh, well, I guess she closed it because has a GoFundMe. So now it's the baby mama drama. This fundraiser is no longer accepting donations. Oh, so she closed it. So this is Lil Ronnie's other baby mama, other child. Let's go.
I mean, his family call him Chucky. On the internet, we call him Ronnie, right? The mother of the other child decided she wanted to create a GoFundMe too. Check it out. It says support a child's healing after tragic loss. But now it says they're no longer accepting donations. This is insane. So look, it says grief. No child should ever have to bear. My daughter has lost not just one, but two pieces of her soul. Her father and her sister, taken by the cruel and senseless hands of gun violence in Forest Hill, Texas. In one moment, the world she knew was ripped away, leaving behind only echoes of laughter that will never be heard again, arms that will never hold her again, and love that will never be felt the same way again. Facing a future forever altered, the weight of their absence will follow into every birthday, every holiday, every ordinary day that should have been filled with love and guidance. She will ache for her father's protection and her sister's companionship in ways words cannot describe. As she walks this painful road, she will need more than just time to heal. She will need love, support, and a community that refuses to let her down in sorrow. She will need the world to acknowledge her pain and help her find strength when she feels she has none left. Gun violence has stolen from her, and while nothing can pray that my daughter's story reminds us all of what's truly at stake. To anyone reading this, hold your loved ones close, speak out against the violence that robs children of their innocence, families of their wholesomeness, and communities of their peace. My daughter's suffering should not be in vain. Rest in love to those we have lost, and to my baby girl, your pain is seen, your grief is honored, and you will never have to carry this alone. It's by Mercedes Irvin. This is just one day. Mika Watson. Y'all keep my buns in y'all prayers as she's also hurt and broken from this terrible situation of losing her dad, Chucky Smith, and her baby sister all at once. As if losing
Did
her
she
best friend, her grandmother, wasn't enough.
did she not know his real last name? Did the mama not know the Okay, hold up. She didn't know his last name wasn't Smith? Okay.
Y'all keep my buns in y'all prayers as she's also hurt and broken from this terrible situation of losing her dad, Chucky Smith, and her baby sister all at once. As if losing her best friend, her grandmother, wasn't enough. My baby's so strong and has received a lot of hurt at such a young age. I love you, Buns, and TT gonna always have your back. Forever the best gambler, forever 5. Let's say this. We shouldn't even have to get on this blue clueless A app to even make a post. I already said I was done going back and forth with people. But it's very distasteful of some of you people that have fixed your fingers to type and speak on a situation you don't have to live. Y'all stupid. When my mama died, I embraced the fact my people came together, pulled up with bottles with smoked food and all to try to uplift me at the darkest, toughest time of my life. That stuff meant the most to me because I knew that I would still have to fight through the battles, accepting what life would be like and losing the only genuine family I had left. becoming the only one left to continue on daily without someone I was so used to have every damn day, any damn time. So understand when I say, baby, do it how the F you want to do it. Shaman Jones, because at the end of the day, she's going to live this every day, not y'all. The F, get up off my girl. And say, Pretty Monk, you are not alone. We're just going to go through this right here real quick. GoFundMe releases funds via bank transfer.
Wow.
This takes 2 to 5 business days after the transfer is initiated, and the funds are sent automatically once your bank information is verified. Here's a little more detailed breakdown. After you add your bank information and set your transfers, donations go through a verification process, which can take 1 to 10 business days. Automatic transfers, once verified, all donations held within your account will be sent automatically at your frequency you choose, daily, weekly, or monthly. I didn't know that. Transfer time takes 2 to 5 business days for the funds to be deposited into your bank account after the transfer is initiated. Processing time for donations. Individual donations take 1 to 14 business days to be processed before being included in a transfer. Check for processing donations. You can check under breakdown in the transfer section to see what funds are processing. No transfer amount choice. Each transfer includes all processed available donations, and you can't choose the transfer amount. So there y'all go right here, man. And then we'll just go on here right quick. We'll go to the actual GoFundMe website.
Why
I
y'all?
know y'all hate that AI stuff, right? So here we go right here. What's highlighted. Receive money to your bank account. Here are a few things to know about transfer timelines. Once your bank information is verified, funds are sent automatically. Individual donations process in 1 to 14 business days before being included in the transfer. Each transfer includes all processed available donations, and you can't choose your transfer amount. Transfers initiate daily unless you change to weekly or monthly. It takes 2 to 5 business days for transfers to reach the bank account after leaving GoFundMe.
What if you could get
So why I
teeth in
wonder?
just 24 hours?
People are always asking me, are those permanent? Are they going to last?
It's just never enough.
Since this has all been on the internet, you gotta know, bro, like, when to cut it off. And the fact that the other mother went to GoFundMe, there's 2 ways to look at it, right? And I can see one way or the other way. She lost her daddy too. She lost her father too. If everybody's giving this outpouring for the one who left, what about the one who still remains? So there's that. Now the question is if it's genuine or not, because she stopped it. So you live with that part about it. And then on top of that, if everybody decides to want to give, they're only giving from out of their heart. See, we're in this day and age where if you do something, you had to automatically know what the other person was on, what it was meant for, and all this crap. No, you give because it's in your heart. You don't give because of what they might do and everything like that. You live with the results. It just is what it is. It's not the place from where they're going, it's from the place in which they're giving. That's always been the thing that has mattered. Once people can understand that, then you'll be able to grow. But let's get more into it. If you from the hood, this ain't new. I ain't gonna hold you. All my cats that grew up in the suburbs and all that, and you sitting here and you like, bro, what the hell? I ain't never seen nothing like that. Yeah.
Stop lying.
Funerals, bro. When a cat got multiple baby mamas, it goes
Down.
I ain't gonna hold you.
But even in just the family.
You know what I'm saying? Multiple girlfriends popping up and everything like that ain't supposed to be there. You know, it's a real crap fest out there. But when it's baby mamas, it's even worse. I just seen some of the homies' baby mamas get out in the parking lot before they even hit the weight. But you're gonna deal with this in. She just is. It's gonna be, oh, he loved this woman that much, or he didn't F with this woman that much, and all the kids and all this and everything like that. And somebody, you know, on The Simpsons was saying, think of the children. Nobody is. If she's been taking care of the little girl and everything like that, then I'm fairly certain she's going to continue to do that. So for the mom to do that, I don't understand. Are you looking for a quick buck? Who knows? But as far as any of us having judgment and all that stuff, which we will, judge from
Absolutely.
these rules right here. Why would she? Or why wouldn't she? If you just seen the other baby mama raise over $53,000, almost $54,000, and her kid gone, you know ain't no funeral about to cost that much. And this is gonna sound horrible,
But
but
she
she
don't
don't
have
have a
to.
kid to worry about no more.
But the other baby mama don't have to pay for a funeral.
That was her one and only child.
Yeah, it's but
So
hold on.
go live your life.
The other baby mama don't have to bury a child. So what? Huh? Huh? Okay, so now, again, no. Why did she put the GoFundMe? Because her not gonna have no daddy no more. It's not what the GoFundMe is about. She not gonna have to pay what expenses is she gonna have to pay? She need a dress for the funeral. She needs some new shoes for the funeral. What? What? Yeah, come on now. Come on. Ugh.
Go figure out your bag. The other child technically would need some of that money. If it's in honor of the father, as though she says. Now, if she decides to, it's 100% up to her. Because it's her money. If she decides to want to do that and help out, cool. If she want to help out down the line, cool. But going to the internet and doing that, bro, that's messy and pathetic. It just is. And some people say, well, you just as messy for putting up there. You're goddamn right. Just as messy. But I can clean it up. I got my mop out, you hear me? So I don't want to hear that. Plus, for the next tragedy, unfortunately, that's going to happen probably within a week, we got to be prepared to lead. It's places and spaces like this where the comments matter, right? Where the messenger matters, because this is technically a community. It's not just a video. I go through and I personally make sure that I let y'all say whatever. A lot of y'all, well, not a lot of y'all, a small vocal minority of y'all decide to take shots at me and disrespect me and all that crap and everything like that. And that's perfectly fine. I ain't really tripping on that. But what I will say to you people who decide to do that is, what are you trying to prove? But to the point, the community that we have here, we're holding people accountable. This was massively unnecessary, because now when the little girl is with her mom, what happens if somebody decides to spaz out? What happens if somebody decides to say, you know what? Nah, F all that. We finna put child support on this little girl mama. There has to be a point in time where
What?
we're
Little girl mama, what?
searching for the truth, but also being compassionate. So is a mom technically wrong in my eyes? No.
Which mom? Which mom?
We ain't heard nobody say from either mothers out there that Chucky was a deadbeat daddy. We ain't heard none of that. You ain't heard Lilronnie was none of that. So if we're not hearing that he was a deadbeat, he was taking care of that, and they have a mama who really ain't all the way there, ain't handling business like she got a suit and tie on, then let's be fair, square, obvious, and honest. She needs it. But the question then becomes, is that money that you got, that funeral probably gonna run you about 30 bands. So the 20 bands you have, what is that going towards? Because no disrespect,
Funerals cost 30 grand now.
It's not like y'all was really together like that.
Funerals cost 30.
His daughter up. His daughter was dropped off, whichever story y'all want to run with. So it's not as though he got up out the bed and his daughter accompanied him. That's not the case that we were told. Y'all weren't together. So y'all not together, you don't really have a leg to stand on. They sent that money to pay for the funeral and expenses and all of that stuff.
Facts.
So she can go cleaned up, unfortunately, however morbid that may sound. For whatever damage she may have from that bullet, because I'm fairly certain that bullet had to hit her in the head.
Why you have to say it?
Nah, maybe it didn't. Maybe it pierced her heart or something like that. And
It was several of them.
Part of me wants to know, part of me doesn't want to know. The curious person in me wants to know, and then another side of me is like, nah, kind of not. So if the autopsy drop, we'll do a video on it, but I personally don't believe they should release it. If they do, then they do, and we'll react to it. But Yeah. Other than that, man, I'm not one of those ones who want to see a lot of chaos when stuff like this happens because it's unnecessary. And I think everybody can agree. The money that she has right now is not her own. So
But
hopefully she becomes an advocate. Hopefully she invests in some speaking classes and can articulate her pain to help things change around there. At least that. But y'all let me know your thoughts on this. So maybe
okay.
I'm wrong.
Yeah, okay. So now let's move on over to motivation. Woo, can we get some motivation up in here? Up in here. Oh, my goodness. So much pain and suffering. Let's get on over to the motivation. Let's go. Now the baby mamas is going at it. Lord. But ain't one thing, it's another. Let's talk about betrayal.
Don't miss out on amazing deals at
Let me cut this down. Okay, y'all ready? Y'all ready to go into betrayal? Let's get it. Let's slow this up a little bit so we can hear it clearly. Let the Lord do what the Lord gonna do. Thank you, Shelley.
It makes you question everything. You sit there staring at the walls late at night, replaying every conversation, every moment, every promise. You ask yourself, how? How could they do this after everything I've done for them? And let me tell you, that question will haunt you.
Yes, indeed.
Because betrayal
Hey, Crystal.
doesn't come
Okay,
from
okay.
strangers. It comes from the ones you let close enough to wound you. But listen to me. Don't let that betrayal break you. Don't let it turn you into something you're not. Because here's the truth. Betrayal is a wound that doesn't come from a stranger. It comes from someone you trusted, someone you let in, someone you never thought would turn against you. And that's what makes it hurt the most.
Absolutely.
It's not just about what they did, it's about who did it. When you trust someone, you give them a part of yourself. You open up, you share, you believe that they have your back. You assume that the loyalty you offer them is the same loyalty they'll give in return. But that's not always the case. Sometimes the very people you do anything for are the first ones to betray you. And when that happens, it shakes your entire foundation. You start questioning yourself, wondering if you missed the signs. You replay every conversation, every moment, trying to figure out what went wrong. But the truth is, it didn't go wrong because of you. It went wrong because they were never who you thought they were. And that's the hardest pill to swallow.
Amen. So
Not
is.
just the betrayal itself, but the realization that you were blind to who they truly were all along. It's a cruel irony, isn't it? The ones you love the most, the ones you trust with your heart, are often the ones who end up causing the deepest wounds. And it's not always because they planned it. Sometimes people betray out of selfishness, out of weakness, out of fear. They don't think about the weight of their actions. They don't think about how it will break them.
I always say they don't break it, they don't think it through.
In the moment. Maybe they were jealous of you. Maybe they saw an opportunity to gain something and took it without a second thought. Maybe they just didn't care enough about you in the first place. But regardless of the reason, the pain is the same. It feels like the ground beneath you has been ripped away, like everything you believed in was a lie. You wonder how someone who claimed to care about you could turn around and stab you in the back. You wonder if they ever truly cared at all. And that uncertainty, that feeling of being fooled, can be just as painful as the betrayal itself. Betrayal changes you. It makes you see the world differently. It makes you question people's intentions, their words, their actions. You stop trusting as easily. You build walls where there were once open doors. You become cautious, guarded, hesitant to let anyone in again. And that's the saddest part. Because betrayal doesn't just take away a relationship, it takes away a part of you. It takes away your ability to believe in the goodness of people. It makes you wonder if you'll ever be able to trust again. You think about all the moments you shared with the person who betrayed you, and suddenly those memories feel tainted. The laughter, the promises, the love, it all feels like a lie. And maybe it was. Maybe they were never who you thought they were. Or maybe they changed along the way. Either way, the damage is done, and you're left picking up the pieces of something that should have never been broken. The hardest part about betrayal is that it rarely comes with an explanation. People who betray you don't always give you closure. They don't always admit what they did. Sometimes they walk away as if nothing happened, leaving you with nothing but questions. And that's what eats at you. It's not just the pain of the betrayal itself, but the lack of answers. You want to understand why.
Right.
You want to make sense of it. You want to hear them say, "I'm sorry."
Right.
But sometimes that apology never comes. Sometimes they move on without a second thought while you're left drowning in the aftermath. And that's what makes betrayal so devastating. It's not just about losing someone. It's about losing your sense of reality. The person you trusted is gone, and in their place is a stranger you no longer recognize. And there's nothing you can do to change it. People don't always betray you because they hate you. Sometimes they betray you because they love themselves more. They make choices based on what benefits them, not on what is right. And that's the difference between you and them. You valued the relationship, the connection, the trust. They valued themselves. And when people value themselves above all else, they don't care who they hurt along the way. They don't care about the damage they leave behind. And that's why betrayal always feels so one-sided. You're the one in pain while they move on as if nothing happened. You're the one trying to heal while they carry on with their lives. And that's a tough reality to accept. But you have to. You have to understand that some people are just wired that way. Some people will always put themselves first, no matter who they have to betray to do it. What makes betrayal so painful is that it rewrites history. The moments that once brought you happiness now feel like a joke. The words that once made you feel safe now feel like a lie. You look back at everything and suddenly it doesn't mean
Hold on.
You're the one trying to heal while they carry on with their lives. And that's a tough reality to accept. But you have to. You have to understand that some people are just wired that way. Some people will always put themselves first, no matter who they have to betray to do it. What makes betrayal so painful is that it rewrites history. The moments that once brought you happiness now feel like a joke. The words that once made you feel safe now feel like a lie. You look back at everything and suddenly it doesn't mean what you thought it did. And that's why betrayal leaves scars. It doesn't just hurt in the present, it changes the way you see the past. You start questioning everything. Were they ever really my friend? Did they ever really love me? Were the good times even real? And those questions, those doubts, can be more painful than the betrayal itself. Because they take something that was once pure and turn it into something ugly. They rob you of your memories, your peace, your faith in people. And that kind of loss isn't something you just get over, it lingers. It stays with you. But the worst part about betrayal is that it doesn't just affect your relationship with the person who hurt you, it affects every relationship that comes after. You start looking at people differently. You start expecting the worst. You assume that everyone has a hidden agenda, that every kind word is a manipulation, that every promise is temporary. And that's what makes betrayal so powerful. It doesn't just break your heart, it breaks your ability to trust. And when trust is broken, it's hard to rebuild. You start keeping people at arm's length, not because you don't want to love, but because you're afraid of getting hurt again. You don't want to go through that pain twice. You don't want to let someone in only to watch them walk away when it's convenient for them. So you protect yourself, you build walls, you keep people out. And in doing so, you lose a part of yourself. The part that believed in the goodness of others. Betrayal makes you stronger, but it also makes you harder. It teaches you lessons you never wanted to learn. It shows you the dark side of human nature, the side that is selfish, ruthless, and cold. And once you've seen that side, you can't unsee it. You carry it with you. You become more careful, more guarded. You learn that loyalty isn't something you can expect from everyone. And most importantly, you learn that not everyone deserves a place in your life, because the truth is, betrayal is unavoidable. At some point, someone will hurt you. Someone will break your trust. Someone will show you that not everyone has the same heart as you. And when that happens, you have a choice. You can let it destroy you, or you can let it shape you. You can become bitter, or you can become wiser. You can let betrayal define you, or you can let it refine you. But no matter how much betrayal teaches you, the pain never fully goes away. You can move on, you can heal, but a part of you will always remember. You remember what it felt like to be deceived, to be blindsided, to have your trust shattered. And that memory will stay with you, not as a burden, but as a reminder. A reminder to choose your people wisely. A reminder to listen to your instincts. A reminder that not everyone who smiles at you has good intentions. And that's the harsh truth about betrayal. It doesn't just hurt, it changes you. It forces you to see the world differently. It makes you more careful about who you trust, who you let in, who you give your heart to. And while that change might make you feel more guarded, it also makes you wiser. Because the reality is, betrayal isn't about you, it's about them. It's a reflection of their character, not your worth. And once you truly understand that, you'll stop blaming yourself for the choices they made. Some people never valued you, and that's a hard truth to accept. You gave them your time, your energy, your loyalty, and in return, they took it for granted. They saw your kindness as a weakness, your patience as something to exploit. And the worst part, you didn't even see it coming. You believed in them. You thought they appreciated you, respected you, cared about you, but deep down they never did. They only kept you around for what you could offer, for what they could gain. And when the time came when they no longer needed you, they left without a second thought. That's the reality of some people. They don't value you, they value what they can get from you. And the moment you stop serving their needs, you become disposable.
There's a reason that Socrates said the unexamined life isn't worth living. We have to continuously grow. It was Robert Schuller who said, you either expand or you are expendable. And then, you know,
Sorry.
in the face of all this stuff that we're facing.
Sorry.
That's why it hurts so much.
That's why it hurts so much.
Because you weren't just betrayed, you were deceived. You thought you mattered to them, but in their world, you were just another option, another convenience. And realizing that shakes you to your core. You start questioning everything. You ask yourself why you didn't see the signs, why you ignored the red flags, why you kept giving when they gave you nothing in return. But that's the thing about people who never valued you. They're good at pretending. They smile in your face, they say the right words, they make you believe they care, and because you have a good heart, because you believe in people, you fall for it. You assume that because you treat them with love and respect, they will do the same for you. But that's not how it works. Not everyone has the same heart as you. Some people only know how to take. They only know how to use. And when they're done, they walk away without remorse, without guilt, without looking back. That's the kind of people they are. And that's the kind of people you need to protect yourself from. The most painful thing about dealing with people who never valued you is the realization that you were the only one who truly cared. You were the one making the effort. You were the one holding the relationship together. You were the one giving while they were taking. And when you finally step back and see it for what it was, it breaks you. Because you were never asking for too much. You weren't expecting the impossible. All you wanted was to be valued the way you valued them. But they couldn't give you that, not because you weren't worth it, but because they didn't know how. Some people are incapable of valuing others. They see relationships as transactions, people as tools, emotions as weaknesses. And when they see someone like you, someone who loves deeply, who gives selflessly, who stands by them no matter what, they see an opportunity, not a blessing. They see someone they can take advantage of. And that's exactly what they do. But the problem is, you don't realize it until it's too late. You convince yourself that maybe they're just bad at expressing their feelings. Maybe they're going through something. Maybe if you love them a little harder, they'll finally appreciate you. So you keep giving, you keep trying, you keep believing that one day they'll wake up and see your worth.
So you start making excuses for them.
And they won't.
We make excuses.
Because the truth is, they already see your worth. They just don't care. They know you're valuable, but they also know you'll always be there. And as long as you keep showing up, as long as you keep tolerating their disrespect, they have no reason to change.
Facts.
They have no reason to appreciate you because in their mind, you'll always be available no matter how they treat you. And that's where you have to make a choice. You either keep allowing them to take advantage of you, or you finally decide to walk away. Walking away isn't easy. When you care about someone, when you've invested time and energy into a relationship, the last thing you want to do is leave. You keep hoping they'll change, that they'll realize what they have before it's too late. But the sad reality is some people don't realize your value until you're gone. They don't appreciate you while you're there because they assume you'll always be there. And by the time they finally understand what they lost, you've already moved on. That's when they come back. That's when they start pretending to care, when they start saying all the things you wanted to hear. But by then, it's not because they truly value you. It's because they miss the benefits of having you around. They don't miss you. They miss what you did for them. And that's why you can't let them back in. Because if they truly valued you, they would have shown it when they had you. It's a painful lesson, but it's one you have to learn. Some people will never value you no matter how much you love them, no matter how much you do for them, no matter how many chances you give. And that's not your fault. That's not a reflection of their inability to appreciate something good when they have it. And the moment you accept that, the moment you stop waiting for them to change, is the moment you set yourself free. You stop begging for love, for attention, for basic respect. You stop wasting your time on people who don't deserve you, and you start focusing on the people who do. Because they exist. There are people out there who will see your worth, who will value you the way you deserve to be valued. But you'll never find them if you keep holding on to the ones who don't. One of the hardest things you'll ever have to do is let go of someone who never valued you. Not because you still want them, but because you wanted them to be different. You wanted them to see your heart, to appreciate your love, to treat you with the respect you gave so freely. But they didn't. And they won't, because they were never capable of it. And you have to accept that. You have to understand that
Were they not
inability
capable?
to see your value
Or did they not?
doesn't mean you're not valuable. It just means they weren't meant to have you.
Were they not capable, or they just didn't desire to be right by you? I don't want to make excuses for somebody who took me for granted or betrayed my trust. You could have been trustworthy. It just wasn't in you to do. No excuses.
Giving while they were taking. And when you finally step back and see it for what it was, it breaks you. Because you were never asking for too much. You weren't expecting the impossible. All you wanted was to be valued the way you valued them. But they couldn't give you that. Not because you weren't worth it, but because they didn't know how. Some people are incapable of valuing others. They see relationships as transactions, people as tools, emotions as weaknesses. And when they see someone like you, someone who loves deeply, who gives selflessly, who stands by them no matter what, they see an opportunity, not a blessing. They see someone they can take advantage of. And that's exactly what they do. But the problem is, you don't realize it until it's too late. You convince yourself that maybe they're just bad at expressing their feelings. Maybe they're going through something. Maybe if you love them a little harder, they'll finally appreciate you. So you keep giving, you keep trying, you keep believing that one day they'll wake up and see your worth. But they don't. And they won't. Because the truth is, they already see your worth. They just don't care. They know you're valuable, but they also know you'll always be there. And as long as you keep showing up, as long as you keep tolerating their disrespect, they have no reason to change. They have no reason to appreciate you, because in their mind, you'll always be available no matter how they treat you. And that's where you have to make a choice. You either keep allowing them to take advantage of you, or you finally decide to walk away. Walking away isn't easy. When you care about someone, when you've invested time and energy into a relationship, the last thing you want to do is leave. You keep hoping they'll change, that they'll realize what they have before it's too late. But the sad reality is some people don't realize your value until you're gone. They don't appreciate you while you're there because they assume you'll always be there. And by the time they finally understand what they lost, you've already moved on. That's when they come back. That's when they start pretending to care, when they start saying all the things you wanted to hear. But by then, it's not because they truly value you. It's because they miss the benefits of having you around. They don't miss you. They miss what you did for them. And that's why you can't let them back in. Because if they truly valued you, they would have shown it when they had you. It's a painful lesson, but it's one you have to learn. Some people will never value you no matter how much you love them, no matter how much you do for them, no matter how many chances you give. And that's not your fault. That's not a reflection of their inability to appreciate something good when they have it. And the moment you accept that, the moment you stop waiting for them to change, is the moment you set yourself free. You stop begging for love, for attention, for basic respect. You stop wasting your time on people who don't deserve you, and you start focusing on the people who do. Because they exist. There are people out there who will see your worth, who will value you the way you deserve to be valued. But you'll never find them if you keep holding on to the ones who don't.
In
One
fact,
of the hardest things you'll ever have to do is let go of someone who never valued you. Not because you still want them, but because you wanted them to be different. You wanted them to see your heart, to appreciate your love, to treat you with the respect you gave so freely. But they didn't. And they won't, because they were never capable of it. And you have to accept that. You have to understand that their inability to see your value doesn't mean you're not valuable. It just means they weren't meant to have you. Some people will only understand your worth when it's too late, and by then they'll have no place in your life. And that's exactly how it should be. Because you deserve better. You deserve people who don't need to lose you to realize your worth. You deserve people who see it from the start. So stop chasing people who don't value you. Stop begging for love that should be given freely. Stop trying to prove your worth to those who refuse to see it. You don't need their validation. You don't need their approval. You don't need to keep breaking yourself just to fit into their world. Because the right people won't need convincing. The right people will appreciate you without conditions, without games, without manipulation. And those are the people you should be giving your time, your energy, your love, because love should never be something you have to earn. Respect should never be something you have to beg for. If someone doesn't see your worth, let them go. Don't waste your life waiting for people to change when the truth is they were never meant to be in your life in the first place. Some people never valued you.
self-love.
And that's okay, because now you know who they are. And now you have the power to walk away. Your success exposes their insecurity. And that's why they can't stand to see you win. The moment you start rising, the moment you break free from the limits they placed on you, their true feelings come to the surface. They were fine with you when you were struggling, when you were doubting yourself, when you needed them to lift you up. But now that you found your path, now that you're making progress, they start acting different. They don't celebrate you. They don't support you. They don't clap when you succeed. Instead, they get distant, they get quiet, they start finding ways to downplay your achievements, to make you feel like your success isn't as great as it really is. And you wonder why, you wonder what changed. But the truth is, nothing changed.
Our Muslim brothers and sisters in Yemen are dying and in desperate need of your help. Without urgency.
But the truth is, nothing changed. Your success just revealed what was always there. They were never rooting for you. They were just comfortable when you were on their level. And now that you've outgrown them, their insecurity is exposed. It's hard to accept, but some people were never truly in your corner. They liked having you around as long as you weren't a threat. As long as you weren't shining too bright, as long as you weren't stepping into your potential. They were fine, but the moment you start elevating, the moment you start becoming something greater, their own self-doubt starts eating them alive. They start comparing. They start questioning why you're making it while they're still stuck. And instead of using your success as inspiration, instead of seeing your growth as proof that they can do it too.
Y'all still with me? The few of y'all here, y'all with me?
They let their insecurity turn into jealousy. They let their fear of being left behind make them resent you. And instead of supporting you, instead of being happy for you, they start hoping you fail. Not because you did anything wrong, but because your success is a reminder of what they haven't done. That's why you start losing people when you grow. Not everyone is capable of handling your success. Not everyone can look at your achievements and be genuinely happy for you. Some people need you to stay small so they can feel big. They need you to struggle so they don't feel like they're falling behind.
They need for you.
When you refuse to stay in the box.
They need for you to struggle. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let me hear that again. They need for you to struggle.
And instead of using your success as inspiration, instead of seeing your growth as proof that they can do it too, they let their insecurity turn into jealousy. They let their fear of being left behind make them resent you. And instead of supporting you, instead of being happy for you, they start hoping you fail. Not because you did anything wrong, but because your success is a reminder of what they haven't done. And that's why you start losing people when you grow. Not everyone is capable of handling your success. Not everyone can look at your achievements and be genuinely happy for you. Some people need you to stay small so they can feel big. They need you to struggle so they don't feel like they're falling behind. And when you refuse to stay in the box they put you in, they get uncomfortable. They start making passive-aggressive comments. They start questioning your choices, doubting your dreams, finding ways to make you second-guess yourself.
Manipulating.
They'll say things like, are you sure this is the right path? Or, don't forget where you came from. They'll disguise their doubt as concern, their jealousy as advice. But pay attention, because what they're really saying is, I don't like that you're growing past me.
Oh, yeah. I've heard this.
What they really mean is, your success makes me feel insecure. And that's not your problem. That's theirs.
Amen.
You can't dim your light to make others feel comfortable. You can't hold yourself back just to protect someone else's ego. If your success makes them insecure, that's their battle to fight, not yours. You've worked for this. You've sacrificed for this. You've put in the time, the effort, the discipline. You didn't just wake up successful, you earned it. And if they can't handle that, if they can't celebrate you the way you would have celebrated them, then that tells you everything you need to know. Real friends, real supporters, real people who love you, they don't get insecure when you win. They don't feel threatened by your success. They don't look at your achievements and see them as a reflection of their own failures. Instead, they lift you higher. They clap the loudest. They use your success as proof that greatness is possible. And those are the people you need in your life. But the fake ones, the ones who secretly hoped you would fail, they start revealing themselves. They stop calling. They stop checking in. They stop showing up. And you wonder if you did something wrong. If maybe you changed. If maybe success turned you into someone different. But no, you didn't change. They did.
They did.
Or better yet, they were always like this. And your success just brought it to the surface. They were fine when you were struggling, when you were doubting yourself, when you were playing small. But now that you're stepping into your power, their insecurity can't handle it. And that's not your fault. It's not your job to make them feel better about their own lack of ambition. It's not your responsibility to shrink yourself so they feel bigger. Your only job is to keep growing, to keep pushing, to keep becoming everything you were meant to be. The hard truth is, success is a filter. It separates the real from the fake, the loyal from the envious, the ones who truly support you from the ones who are just pretending. And as much as it hurts to lose people, as much as it stings to see people turn their backs on you, it's a blessing in disguise. Because now you know who's really in your corner. Now you know who you can trust. Now you know who was only around when it was convenient. And that knowledge, that's power. That's freedom. That's the clarity you need to keep moving forward. Because success isn't just about making money, achieving goals, or reaching new heights. It's about growing into the person you were always meant to be. And sometimes that means leaving behind the people who can't handle your growth. So let them go. Let them doubt you. Let them watch from the sidelines while you continue to rise. Their insecurity is not your responsibility. Their jealousy is not your burden to carry. If they can't celebrate you, if they can't be happy for you, if they can't handle the fact that you're winning, then they were never meant to come with you. Not everyone is supposed to be part of your journey. Some people were only meant to be in your life for a season. And when that season ends, you have to be willing to move forward without them. Because the truth is, your success isn't about them, it's about you.
Facts.
It's about the work you've put in, the struggles you've overcome, the faith you've had in yourself when no one else did. And you owe it to yourself to keep going.
Did you know that you can have permanent teeth in
Oh,
just
amen.
24 hours? That's right. Only 24 hours and your new smile is ready.
Faith you've had in yourself when no one else did. And you owe it to yourself to keep going. The people who truly belong in your life will never be threatened by your success. They will never see your growth as a reason to pull away. Instead, they will see it as a reason to push themselves harder, to believe in their own potential, to be inspired by your journey. Those are the people you need to hold on to. Those are the people who will push you forward, not hold you back. Because real winners don't compete with each other, they inspire each other.
Facts.
And the ones who can't handle your success, the ones who let their insecurity turn into resentment. They were never on your team to begin with. And that's okay. Let them go. Keep growing. Keep winning. Keep proving to yourself that you were always meant for something greater, because the right people will never be intimidated by your success. They'll be motivated by it. Not everyone is meant to stay in your life, and the sooner you accept that, the sooner you free yourself from unnecessary pain. Some people come into your life
I'm
as
off the
blessings and
subject.
some come as
I
lessons.
don't
But
know
one thing
how
is for
true
sure,
it is, but
not everyone is
just got a
supposed to
link
go the
saying
whole
Fizz.
journey with you.
That's fake.
Some people are only meant to walk with you for a season.
That's from that guy. I got this. I got the source. I got the
be
something.
strong enough to let them go. Because if you try to hold on to someone who
Is it from that? I got the juice. I got the sauce. I got the somebody. Yeah, he fake.
has already served their purpose in your life, you'll only slow yourself.
But since we off subject for a minute, I just sent myself. There was in Fort Worth. I was gonna come back a little late. I just sent it to myself. Hold on. Several people have been. Let me get to it real quick. Yeah, if it's that guy. Yeah, we talked about him yesterday. Telling stories, but no, that's not true. But there was a Mo3 Mama was live. I was like, dang, I sure want to get that, but let me see where it's at. Shooting investigation. Tragic shooting incident in West Fort Worth leaves one unalived and several injured. And this was a few hours ago. In the early hour of the morning, Fort Worth police responded to gunfire reported around 3:17 a.m. at the 4200 block of West Victory Boulevard. Upon arrival, they found multiple individuals with gunshot wounds. Tragically, one individual was pronounced deceased at the scene, while two others was transported to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. For the ones who followed me over from the other page, yeah, that's what that happened. And let me see, authorities indicated that several others were also affected by the shooting. The police are currently investigating the incident and urging anyone with information to come forward as they work to uncover the circumstances surrounding the violent event. So I will probably touch bases with that another time. Let me get back to the motivation. Let's not break the motivation. Lord, we need you.
Down. You only hurt yourself by keeping people around who were never meant to stay. And it's not always because they're bad people. It's just that their time in your life has expired. They played their role, they fulfilled their purpose, and now you have to move forward without them. It's a hard pill to swallow, but some people were never meant to be permanent. They were only passing through, only there to teach you something, to show you something, to prepare you for what's next. And once that purpose is fulfilled, holding on to them will only bring you pain. You can't force someone to stay when their season in your life is over. You can't make someone value you, love you, respect you, or grow with you if they're not meant to. And trying to hold on to people who no longer belong in your life will only block the blessings that are meant for you. Because while you're busy chasing after them, while you're trying to force a connection that's already fading, you're missing out on the people who are actually meant to be in your life. You're delaying your own growth, your own healing, your own progress. The truth is, life is about evolving, and not everyone you started with is going to be there when you reach your destination. That's just how it works. Some people were meant to be part of your past, not your future. Some people were meant to teach you something, and once that lesson is learned, their role in your life is complete. And when that happens, you have two choices. You can either hold on to them and suffer, or you can release them and grow. And growth always requires letting go. Growth means understanding that not every connection is meant to last forever. Some people will leave, and that's okay. Some people will change, and that's okay. Some people will outgrow you, and you will outgrow some people, and that's okay. Because life isn't about holding on to everyone you meet. It's about knowing when to move on. The hardest part is when you lose people you thought would always be there. The ones you trusted, the ones you counted on, the ones you pictured in your future. And when they leave, when they change, when they show you that they were never meant to stay, it hurts, it cuts deep. But understand this, losing people is part of life. It's part of the process. And instead of fighting it, instead of clinging to something that no longer fits, you have to trust that whoever left wasn't meant to stay. You have to believe that their exit was necessary for your growth. Because every time someone leaves your life, it makes space for something better. It makes space for the right people, the right opportunities, the right energy. And you don't need people in your life who don't truly belong. It's painful, but sometimes people walk away without explanation. Sometimes they disappear without a warning. And you're left questioning what went wrong, what you did, why they left. But here's the truth. You don't always need closure. You don't always need an explanation. Some people leave because they were meant to. Some relationships end because they were never meant to last forever. And if someone chooses to walk away from your life,
don't mix salt with these.
I'm gonna say let them go.
You don't want the Mount Jaro effect on your body and your pants.
Away from your life, let them. If someone doesn't see your worth, let them go. If someone is no longer contributing to your growth, your peace, your happiness, don't fight to keep them. Because what's meant for you will always stay, and what's not meant for you will always find a way to leave.
Absolutely.
And instead of chasing, instead of questioning, instead of trying to force what isn't meant to be, focus on yourself. Focus on becoming the person you were meant to be. People come and go, and that's just reality, but you have to stop mourning those who left and start appreciating those who stayed. The ones who never left your side, the ones who supported you, the ones who chose you even when they had every reason to walk away. Those are the people who matter. Those are the ones you should focus on. Because the people who truly belong in your life won't leave when things get tough. They won't disappear when you need them most. They won't turn their back on you when you start changing, growing, evolving. Real ones stay. Real ones clap for you when you win, and they pick you up when you fall. And those are the people worth holding on to. Not the ones who left. Not the ones who made you feel like you had to beg for their love, their time, their loyalty. And sometimes the person you need to let go of is the old version of yourself. The one who accepted less than they deserved. The one who tolerated disrespect. The one who kept giving chances to people who didn't deserve them. Because growth isn't just about losing people. It's about losing the parts of yourself that no longer serve you. It's about becoming the version of you that doesn't chase people who don't care. that doesn't hold on to what's already gone, that doesn't fear losing people who were never meant to stay. And when you finally become that version of yourself, you'll realize that every loss was actually a gain. Every person who left made space for someone better. Every closed door led to something greater. And every goodbye was a step closer to where you were meant to be. Not everyone is meant to stay, and that's not something to be sad about, it's something to be grateful for. Because every person who left made room for something better. Every person who walked away taught you a lesson. Every painful ending shaped you into who you are today. And one day you'll look back and realize that every person who left, every relationship that ended, every friendship that faded, it was all part of the plan. It all led you to exactly where you needed to be. And when you understand that, when you finally accept it, you stop holding on to what's gone. You stop mourning the people who left. You stop trying to force connections that no longer serve you. And instead, you trust the process. You trust that what's meant for you will always find its way to you. And you move forward with peace, knowing that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Betrayal is a painful thing, but it serves a purpose. It reveals the truth about people. It strips away the masks, exposes hidden intentions, and shows you who someone really is. The people who betray you were never truly loyal to begin with. They were just waiting for the right moment to reveal their true colors. And when that moment comes, it doesn't matter how much history you have with them, how much you've done for them, or how deeply you trusted them. Betrayal has a way of erasing all of that. And while it hurts, while it cuts deep, while it shakes the very foundation of what you thought you knew, it's a blessing in disguise, because it's better to know who people really are now than to keep living under an illusion.
Facts.
It's better to see the truth, no matter how painful, than to waste more time trusting someone who is never worthy of it.
I agree.
Betrayal doesn't just happen randomly. It's premeditated. It's calculated. It comes from people who have already made the choice to turn their back on you long before you even realized it. And that's what makes it so painful. It's not the act itself, but the realization that they were never who you thought they were. They smiled in your face, they shared your moments, they acted like they were in your corner, but deep down, they were waiting for the perfect opportunity to benefit at your expense. And when they finally showed their true colors, when they finally betray you, don't ignore it, don't excuse it, don't try to justify their actions.
Absolutely.
Because someone who betrays you once is capable of doing it again. Someone who breaks your trust, who stabs you in the back, who throws you under the bus when it's convenient for them, is showing you exactly who they are. Believe them. What hurts the most about betrayal is that it never comes from strangers.
Never.
It comes from the people you let in, the ones you trusted, the ones you cared for. Betrayal wouldn't hurt if it came from an enemy, because you expect that from them. But when it comes from a friend, a family member, a partner, someone you thought would always stand by you, that's when it feels like a knife straight to the heart. And that's why betrayal is so revealing. It shows you who actually values you and who is only there for what you could provide. Some people were never truly in your corner. They were just waiting to take advantage of you. And the moment you stop serving their interests, the moment they see an opportunity to benefit from your downfall, they turn. That's who they really are. And while it's painful to realize, it's better to know than to live in a lie. The worst thing you can do after being betrayed is to ignore the lesson. Some people will try to come back, to apologize, to make excuses. But betrayal is a choice, not an accident. They knew what they were doing. They knew how much it would hurt you, and they did it anyway.
Oh, and they did it anyway. Oh, Lord. They knew it, and they did it anyway. They did not care. Lord.
And while it's painful to realize, it's better to know than to live in a lie. The worst thing you can do after being betrayed is to ignore the lesson. Some people will try to come back, to apologize, to make excuses. But betrayal is a choice, not an accident. They knew what they were doing. They knew how much it would hurt you, and they did it anyway. That's all you need to know. So when someone shows you their true colors, don't try to repaint them. Don't try to convince yourself that they didn't mean it, that they'll change, that things will go back to how they used to be. Because the truth is, things will never be the same again. Trust, once broken, never fully returns.
Do y'all agree with that?
Down, you'll always know what they're capable of. So instead of looking back, instead of giving second chances to people who don't deserve them, move forward. Use betrayal as a lesson, not a reason to stay stuck in pain. Betrayal also reveals something about you. It shows you who you are when faced with heartbreak, disappointment, and disloyalty. It tests your strength, your resilience, your ability to rise above the hurt. Some people let betrayal destroy them. They let it turn them bitter, cold, untrusting. But the strongest people use betrayal as fuel. They take that pain, that disappointment, that anger, and they use it to grow. They use it to become wiser, sharper, more careful with who they allow into their lives, because betrayal teaches you to be selective. It forces you to reevaluate your circle, to pay attention to actions instead of words, to stop giving your loyalty to people who haven't earned it. And in that way, betrayal is a gift, a painful gift, but a gift nonetheless. It clears out the people who don't truly belong in your life and makes room for those who do. People who betray you don't expect you to survive it. They don't expect you to come out stronger. They expect you to break, to crumble, to let their actions define you. But the best revenge is not letting betrayal turn you into something you're not. Don't let it make you bitter. Don't let it make you lose faith in everyone. Instead, let it make you smarter. Let it make you stronger. Let it make you more aware. Because the reality is, not everyone who smiles in your face has good intentions. Not everyone who claims to love you actually does. And betrayal is the ultimate test. It separates the real from the fake, the loyal from the opportunistic, the ones who truly care from the ones who are only there for their own benefit. And when you learn to see betrayal as a form of protection, as a way of removing the wrong people from your life, it no longer holds power over you. It's painful to accept, but not everyone has the same heart as you. Not everyone values loyalty, honesty, and integrity the way you do. Some people will take your kindness for weakness. Some people will use you, lie to you, manipulate you, and then play the victim when you finally call them out. But betrayal exposes all of that. It forces you to see people for who they really are, not who you hope they would be. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you can move on without carrying the weight of betrayal on your shoulders. Because betrayal is not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of them. It shows their character, not yours. It exposes their flaws, their insecurities, their lack of loyalty. And once someone has revealed their true colors, believe them the first time. The greatest power you have after betrayal is to keep moving forward. Don't waste your time plotting revenge. Don't sit around waiting for karma to do its work. Just keep going. Keep growing. Keep winning, because nothing hurts a betrayer more than seeing you thrive without them. They wanted to break you, but instead they made you stronger. They wanted to see you fall, but instead you rose higher than ever. And that's the best revenge. Turning their betrayal into motivation, using it as a stepping stone instead of a stumbling block. Because in the end, betrayal doesn't define you. What defines you is how you respond to it, how you rise from it, how you refuse to let it keep you down. So let betrayal do its job. Let it reveal, let it expose, let it teach, but don't let it break you. Don't let it change your heart. Stay true to who you are and understand that the ones who betrayed you never deserved to be in your life in the first place. They played their role, they showed their true colors, and now it's time to move on. And when you do, when you finally let go of the pain and the disappointment, you'll realize that betrayal wasn't the end, it was the beginning of something better. Letting go is one of the hardest things you will ever have to do, but it is also one of the most powerful. Holding on to pain, to anger, to resentment only keeps you stuck in a place that no longer serves you.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications.
To resentment only keeps you stuck in a place that no longer serves you. Life moves forward, and if you want to grow, if you want to evolve, you have to be willing to let go of what is weighing you down. The past is gone, and no matter how much you replay it in your mind, you can't change it. No amount of overthinking, no amount of regret, no amount of wishing things had been different will ever make the past rewrite itself. But what you can do, what you must do, is take control of the present. Because the longer you hold on to what's already behind you, the more you rob yourself of what's ahead. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean pretending like the pain never happened. It means choosing not to let it define you. It means refusing to let your past determine your future. Some people hurt you. Some people disappointed you. Some people walked away when you needed them most. And while you can't go back and change what they did, you can decide how you respond. You can let it break you, or you can let it build you. You can let it turn you bitter, or you can let it make you wiser. The choice is yours. But one thing is certain. Holding on to pain doesn't hurt them, it only hurts you.
Facts.
It keeps you stuck in a cycle of suffering, reliving the same wounds over and over again. And you deserve more than that. You deserve peace. You deserve freedom. And that only comes when you let go. Too many people let their past control them. They hold on to the pain, the betrayal, the disappointment like it's some kind of security blanket. But all it does is suffocate them. It keeps them trapped in a moment that no longer exists, reliving it every single day, allowing it to dictate how they feel, how they think, how they move through life. But the past only has power over you if you let it. The moment you decide to release it, the moment you choose to let go, you take your power back. You stop being a prisoner to what happened and start focusing on what's ahead. Because the truth is, life is still happening. There are still moments to enjoy, still opportunities to seize, still blessings waiting for you. But you'll never see them if you're too busy looking back. Letting go is not about weakness. It's not about giving up. It's about strength. It takes courage to walk away from what's familiar, even if it's painful. It takes courage to stop replaying old conversations, to stop waiting for apologies that may never come, to stop hoping that people will change when they've already shown you who they are. Letting go means accepting that some things are out of your control. It means realizing that no matter how much you love, no matter how much you care, you can't force people to treat you right. You can't make them respect you. You can't make them stay. But what you can do is respect yourself enough to move forward, to choose your peace over their chaos, to put yourself first for once. People struggle to let go because they think it means losing something. But the truth is, sometimes letting go is gaining something. Gaining your peace.
And your
gaining
power.
Your sanity. Gaining a new version of yourself that is no longer weighed down by old pain. You are not losing anything that was meant for you. You are not walking away from anything that was truly meant to stay. If someone left your life, if something fell apart, if a door closed, trust that it was for a reason. Life has a way of removing what no longer serves us, even when we don't understand it in the moment. And sometimes the things we hold on to so tightly are the very things keeping us from receiving something better. You cannot step into your future while still holding on to your past. You cannot embrace new beginnings while clinging to old endings. There is a version of you waiting on the other side of this pain. A version that is stronger, wiser, freer, but you have to be willing to meet them. You have to be willing to shed the weight of everything that no longer serves you. The pain, the anger, the regret, release it. It is not your burden to carry anymore. You don't owe your past any more of your energy. You don't owe the people who hurt you any more of your time. What you owe is yourself. You owe yourself the chance to be happy again. The chance to wake up and feel light instead of heavy. The chance to move forward without the ghosts of the past following you. And yes, letting go is hard. It's uncomfortable. It feels unnatural at first. But the more you release, the freer you become. The more you detach from what's already gone, the more room you create for what's meant to come. And what's ahead of you is so much greater than what's behind. You just have to trust it. You have to believe that better days are coming, that life still has joy left for you, that your future is not tied to what's already past. Letting go is an act of faith. It's trusting that what's meant.
We need to hear that one more again. Letting go is an act of faith. Let's go.
Shed the weight of everything that no longer serves you. The pain, the anger, the regret, release it. It is not your burden to carry anymore. You don't owe your past any more of your energy. You don't owe the people who hurt you any more of your time. What you owe is yourself. You owe yourself the chance to be happy again. The chance to wake up and feel light instead of heavy. The chance to move forward without the ghosts of the past following you. And yes, letting go is hard. It's uncomfortable. It feels unnatural at first. But the more you release, the freer you become. The more you detach from what's already gone, the more room you create for what's meant to come. And what's ahead of you is so much greater than what's behind. You just have to trust it. You have to believe that better days are coming, that life still has joy left for you, that your future is not tied to what's already past. Letting go is an act of faith. It's trusting that what's meant for you will never require you to beg, to chase, to suffer. It's knowing that no matter how painful the ending was, there's a new beginning waiting for you on the other side. Some people will never understand why you had to let go. They will question your decision. They will try to pull you back into old cycles. They will make you feel guilty for choosing yourself, but do it anyway. Let go anyway. Move forward anyway. Because this is your life, and you don't owe anyone an explanation for doing what's best for you. You don't have to justify choosing peace over chaos, healing over pain, growth over stagnation. Some people will never understand because they are still holding on to their own pain, still trapped in their own cycles. But that is not your burden to carry. You cannot heal if you keep reopening the same wounds. You cannot move forward if you keep looking back. So choose yourself, choose freedom, choose to let go of everything that is holding you back. Because life is too short to waste another moment carrying weight that was never yours to carry. Let go, not because they deserve it, but because you do. Let go, not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. Let go, not because you're giving up, but because you're finally moving forward. And once you do, once you step into the lightness of a life no longer controlled by pain, you'll wonder why you ever held on for so long. There are moments in life when betrayal shakes you to your core. It makes you question everything, your worth, your choices, your ability to trust. Someone you believed in, someone you cared for, someone you thought would always have your back turned against you. And in that moment, it's easy to feel like you were not enough, like you were disposable, like something about you made it easy for them to walk away. But hear me when I say this. Your value does not decrease because someone failed to see it. Their betrayal is a reflection of their character, not your worth. What they did says everything about who they are and nothing about who you are. Do not let their actions make you doubt yourself. Do not let their disloyalty make you forget your own greatness. Betrayal is painful, but it does not define you.
Absolutely.
It does not take away your strengths, your kindness, your power. It does not erase all the love you gave, the loyalty you showed, the effort you put in. The problem was never you. The problem was that some people are incapable of appreciating what they have until it's gone. Some people are so consumed by their own selfishness, their own insecurities, their own weaknesses, that they betray the very people who stood by them. And while their betrayal might hurt, it does not make you less valuable. Diamonds do not lose their worth just because someone fails to recognize their brilliance. Gold does not lose its value because someone chooses to throw it away. And you, your heart, your soul, your spirit do not lose their value just because someone was blind to them. One of the hardest lessons in life is understanding that not everyone will treat you with the same level of care, respect, and loyalty that you give to them. You can be real and they can be fake. You can be honest and they can be deceitful. You can give your best and they can still take you for granted. But their failure to reciprocate does not make you less worthy. You cannot measure your value through the actions of those who do not appreciate you. The truth is, some people will betray you simply because they assume you'll always be there. They assume your kindness is weakness. But when they realize that they lost someone rare, when they see that their betrayal cost them something they'll never find again, that is when they'll understand. And by then, it will be too late. You cannot allow someone's betrayal to break you. You cannot let their lack of integrity make you bitter, make you doubt yourself, make you believe that you are not enough. Because you are enough. You were always enough. Their inability to see it is not your burden to carry. The people who truly recognize your value will never put you in a position to question it. They will never make you feel like you have to prove your worth, beg for respect, or tolerate mistreatment. Real ones don't betray you. Real ones don't switch up on you when times get hard. Real ones don't take your loyalty and throw it away like it meant nothing. So if someone betrayed you, let them go. Let them live with the consequences of their actions. Because at the end of the day, betrayal always comes with a price. And the biggest regret of all is realizing too late that you lost something you'll never get back. Your value is not based on how people treat you. It is based on who you are. And you are worthy, even if they didn't see it. You are valuable, even if they walked away. You are strong even if they tried to break you. Life has a way of removing people who do not deserve you. Betrayal is painful, but it is also a revelation. It reveals who is truly for you and who is only pretending. It reveals the strength you didn't know you had. It reveals the fact that you were always the prize. Because at the end of the day, betrayal doesn't diminish you, it frees you.
This is the simple pink salt trick that took me from 189 to 126 in just weeks. You may not know this.
Betrayal doesn't diminish you, it frees you. It frees you from those who never deserved you in the first place. It frees you from illusions, from false loyalty, from relationships that were never real. And once you let go of those who betrayed you, you make room for those who will never need to. So don't waste another second questioning your worth. Don't sit in pain replaying what they did, wondering if you could have changed the outcome. You couldn't. Some people will betray you no matter how good you are to them. Some people will hurt you, not because you deserve it, but because they do not know how to love, how to be loyal, how to appreciate something real. Their actions are a reflection of their flaws, their wounds, their emptiness, not yours. Your heart is still pure. Your loyalty is still rare. Your kindness is still powerful. And that is why you will always win in the end. Because while they will live with regret, you will move forward knowing that you never stooped to their level. You stayed true to yourself, and that is a power no betrayal can take away from you. The greatest revenge is not anger. It's not getting even. The greatest revenge is showing them that their betrayal did not, that you are still standing, still growing, still thriving, that you did not let their actions make you bitter, that you did not allow their disloyalty to change your heart. Because at the end of the day, you will win, not because they lost you, but because you never needed them to begin with. You were valuable before they betrayed you. You are valuable now, and you will always be valuable no matter who stays, no matter who goes. Betrayal does not take away your worth. It only proves that some people never deserve to be in your presence in the first place. Let them go. Let them watch from a distance as you rise higher than they ever imagined. Let them sit with the consequences of their actions while you focus on building a life that makes their betrayal irrelevant. Because when you know your worth, you don't waste time proving it to those who never saw it. You simply walk away, head held high, and keep shining. Because no matter what they did, no matter what they said, they could never take away what was already yours. Your value, your strength, your unstoppable spirit. There are moments in life when betrayal knocks the wind out of you. It cuts deep, not just because of the act itself, but because of who did it. You trusted them, you believed in them, you thought they were on your side, and yet they turned their back on you. And then as they turned their back on you, they lied, they walked away, they chose selfishness over loyalty. And in that moment, it's easy to believe that everything is falling apart, that you've been thrown off course, that this betrayal is a setback you might not recover from. But hear me when I say this. Betrayal is not the end of your story. It is not a defeat. It is not proof that you are unworthy. Betrayal is a redirection. It is the universe, God, life itself, removing the wrong people from your path so that you can finally step into what was meant for you. You see, sometimes we hold on too tightly to people who were never meant to stay. We give them space in our hearts, in our dreams, in our future, believing they belong there. But life sees what we don't. Life hears the conversations behind our backs. Sees the envy hidden behind fake smiles.
The envy behind the fake smiles.
Dishonesty, even when we ignore the signs. And when betrayal happens, it is not to break us. It is to wake us up. To show us who truly belongs and who does not. To remove the distractions, the wrong energies, the people who were silently holding us back. It may feel like a loss, but in reality, it is a blessing in disguise. Because when people betray you, they reveal their true selves. And you are finally free from the illusion of who you thought they were. Think about it. How many times have you prayed for clarity? How many times have you wished to know who was truly for you? Betrayal is the answer to that prayer. It is the truth, raw and undeniable, exposing what was hidden in plain sight.
You cannot ask for clarity.
Hurts more, holding us back.
True.
It may feel like a loss, but in reality, it is a blessing in disguise. Because when people betray you, they reveal their true selves. And you are finally free from the illusion of who you thought they were. Think about it. How many times have you prayed for clarity? How many times have you wished to know who was truly for you? Betrayal is the answer to that prayer. It is the truth, raw and undeniable, exposing what was hidden in plain sight. And yes, the truth hurts. But what hurts more is wasting years of your life on people who were never real with you, who never had pure intentions, who never deserved your loyalty. The pain of betrayal is temporary, but the wisdom it gives you lasts forever. You learn who to trust, who to let go of, and most importantly, who you truly are when everything falls apart. And in that moment, you realize you were never set back. You were set free. The hardest part of betrayal is letting go of the dream you had with that person. You saw a future with them. You believed in their promises. You thought they would stand beside you, and now you have to accept that they won't. But do not let their exit make you bitter. Do not let their betrayal make you doubt yourself. Some people leave because they are not meant to go where you are headed. Some people betray you because they were never strong enough to handle the greatness inside you. And that is why betrayal is not a setback. It is a redirection towards something better, something stronger, something real. You have survived before and you will survive this. But more than just surviving, you will thrive. You will rise higher, not despite the betrayal, but because of it. Because every time someone betrays you, they are pushing you closer to the people who will never have to. They are making space in your life for those who will love you, respect you, and uplift you the way you deserve. They are unknowingly doing you a favor because nothing and no one that is truly meant for you will ever require betrayal to stay in your life. Pain is a powerful teacher. And betrayal, as painful as it is one of the greatest lessons life can give you. It teaches you strength. It teaches you self-worth. It teaches you that your happiness should never depend on people who can't even be honest with you. You will come out of this wiser, stronger, and more focused than ever before. And when you finally reach where you are meant to be, you will look back and realize that every betrayal was a necessary step toward your purpose. Every person who left made room for the ones who truly belonged. Every disappointment redirected you towards something far greater than you could have imagined. So don't waste your time replaying the betrayal. Don't waste your energy trying to figure out why they did what they did. Some people betray you simply because it's in their nature. It's not about you. It's about them. Their weakness, their insecurity, their inability to be loyal. Let them go. Let them take their deception, their lies, their disloyalty, and watch them fall into the same traps they set for you. Because while they are stuck in their cycle of betrayal, you are rising above it. You are moving forward with wisdom, with clarity, with the power of knowing that you are better off without them. Betrayal may feel like a curse, but it is a gift. It removes the wrong people so the right ones can enter. It strengthens your spirit. It forces you to level up. And when you embrace it for what it truly is, a redirection, you stop seeing yourself as a victim and start seeing yourself as unseen. Because no betrayal, no disappointment, no act of disloyalty has the power to break you unless you let it. And you are not the kind to be broken. You are the kind who rises, who grows, who turns every loss into a victory. So walk forward with your head held high. Trust the redirection. Trust that this betrayal did not happen to you. It happened for you. And one day when you are standing in the life you were always meant to have, surrounded by people who truly love and respect you, you will look back and thank life for every person who walked away. Because in losing them, you found yourself. And that is a win no betrayal can ever take from you.
Amen.
Life has a way of revealing truths, often in the most painful ways. Betrayal is one of those lessons that strikes deep, not because of the act itself, but because of who does it. It shakes your faith, makes you question your own worth, and forces you to reevaluate the people you once held close. But understand this, betrayal is not a punishment, nor is it a sign that you are weak. It is a redirection, a necessary shift that removes the wrong people from your journey so you can finally walk toward what is truly meant for you. When people betray you, it is not a reflection of your value. It is a reflection of their character. Their dishonesty, their lack of loyalty, their selfish choices are not your burden to carry. You are not responsible for their actions, and you should never let their betrayal define your future. The pain they cause may linger, but it will not last forever. What will last is the strength you build from it, the wisdom you gain, and the clarity that allows you to choose better. To surround yourself with people who uplift and respect you. This is not the end of your story. You will rise above the disappointment, above the heartbreak, above the doubts that try to hold you back. You were never meant to stay in the same place, surrounded by people who only pretend to care. Betrayal simply clears the path, pushing you toward those who will stand by you, not for convenience, but because they truly value you. Forgive, not for them,
for yourself.
Let go, not to forget, but to free yourself from the weight of their deception. Move forward, not because it's easy, but because you deserve a life that is not built on broken trust and false promises. The greatest revenge is not anger, not bitterness, but success. Live well, grow stronger, and walk into the future with the confidence that better things await. You are not alone, and you are not defeated. Your journey continues, and the best chapters of your life are still ahead. Stay strong, stay true to yourself, and never let betrayal make you forget your worth.
Amen.
Thank you for listening.
Amen. 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 Ooh, let me find something we can go out on, baby. Amen for that. Let's end on a good note. Amen. Thank you, Lord, for the word, the message, the growth, and leading us to self-love. Let's go. Let's find what we got. Oh, I thought this was different. But I like the voice. What happened to it? Let's go. Hey. Hey, Kane Life, you're welcome. Yes. Yeah. And no matter how you feel, just speak the word and you will be healed. Speak over yourself, encourage yourself in the Lord. Yeah. Sing. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself. And sometimes you'll have to speak victory during the test. And no matter how you feel, just speak the word and you will be healed. Speak over yourself, encourage yourself in the Lord. Yes, sister, go, girl. What else I got? I know I got another one. I like her voice. I like her voice and her message. What is this? Oh. Yeah, let's go. This was